I don't care. I'm doing the cooking, you'll do the dishes. So yeah, probably he's looking at me and he's like, oh my gosh, don't use that, you don't need it. Hi guys, and welcome back on my channel. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I've started my journey to lose a couple of pounds, around 30 pounds. And every week this is happening. I'm working so hard. And I wanted to share with you today some breakfast ideas that it will help you eat healthy, good food, and low in calories. I'm gonna start with a very simple, easy to make and delicious recipe. Everybody in my family loves it, and that's banana pancakes. Trust me, it's absolutely delicious. And for this recipe, all you need is banana, 2 large ripe bananas, 2 eggs, half a cup of oat flour. But if you don't have oat flour, you can make your own. I already put half a cup of oats here, and I'm gonna make my own oat flour today. And we're gonna need some cinnamon and vanilla extract. And that's it. A pinch of salt probably, because even for sweets I always add a pinch of salt. And these are all the ingredients that we're gonna need. That I like to keep things simple, right? So we're just gonna mash the bananas. So peel them first, then mash the bananas, and then we're gonna add the flour and all the rest of the ingredients, and boom, we have the pancake batter. That's how simple and easy it is. Initially, this recipe never mentioned oat flour, but when I first tried it, for some reason my pancakes were sticking in the pan, so I hated that. And eventually my family ended up eating some pancakes. They tasted really good, but they were far from having the look of a pancake. They were just like, look like scrambled eggs. I thought that they were missing something, and it proved to be the flour. It's, for me at least, I don't know if it was the pan. I might not have the best pan for that, but as soon as I added to this pancake batter, I added the oat flour. Everything turned out to be just fine. Just make sure that you mash these bananas really good. And then I'm gonna add 1 egg. I still have 1 more leg, but what I like to do is I want to add the flour first, and then I'm gonna add the 2nd egg. This is half a cup of, wait, now this is a half a cup of flour. Add the 2nd egg, and then I'm just gonna add half a teaspoon of cinnamon and vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of that. I already dropped a little bit of cinnamon in there, so I'm gonna consider this to be half a teaspoon with what I already dropped in there, because I don't have the best measurements. Teaspoon, okay, and I'm gonna put half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you love cinnamon and vanilla extract more than I do, you can add 1 teaspoon. I'm not crazy for these flavors, so I'm only using half a teaspoon of each. I'm gonna stir everything together. I just need to make sure everything is well blended, and the cinnamon flavor is combined really good with the rest of the ingredients. And also, just as a tip, make sure you smash the bananas really good. And this is the consistency the batter should have. Look at it. Just spray a little bit the pan and turn the heat on medium we don't want to burn our pancakes. I'm gonna bring closer our batter. Adrian was telling me, oh my god, for these pancakes, I will probably have to do a lot of dishes. I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing the cooking, you'll do the dishes. So yeah, probably he's looking at me and he's like, oh my gosh, don't use that. You don't need it. Put it back. Because he's always telling me he only needs one fork. He's like,
for everything.
For everything. Yeah. When he has to cook something, he's like, I can stir the eggs with one fork, and then with the same fork I'm gonna, use it. I'm like, don't tell me you're using a fork in my stainless steel. I don't. I don't need to know that. So stop it. You don't use it. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit more for this to heat all the way. First time, I didn't add any oil at all, so maybe I'm thinking now that's why I had to scrape them from the pan. It's gonna be a good, yummy, delicious pancake. We're gonna let it cook, and then we're just gonna flip it on the other side, and it's done. And one of these pancakes has only 70 calories. Now, we all know how many calories each of us has to eat per day, so you just keep that in mind. I'm telling you, one of these has 70 calories. It tastes absolutely delicious, and just like I told you during this video, if you absolutely love cinnamon taste or vanilla, you can easily add a little more than I already did. So this is why I need another tool.
And another hand.
And another. But it looks perfect. That's why I had to use two of these, okay? Adrian was like, no, you have to deal with only one. I'm like, no, I can't. It's not gonna be perfect. Back. And we're gonna wait. Oh, smells delicious. But this is gonna have to pass the test, AJ's test. Because he's the one who's very sincere. He's only 5 years old, and he's always like, I don't like that. This is yucky. Because Adrian, he knows better than to tell me that my food
I'm married, so I know everything better.
Yeah, so he's like, this is delicious, with a face like that. This is delicious. So I'm not gonna even ask him. I'm gonna do the AJ test as soon as this is done. Oh my god, I forgot to take the honey jar from the fridge, and now look at it. It's so hard. I mean, look at it. It looks amazing, but it's okay. Now film this. Film it. Okay, you see, that's what I'm talking. This is what I want to see. You got this? Okay, but I need more. Look at it, doesn't want to drip. Okay, good.
It is delicious.
It is? Okay. But careful, if it's still hot, careful, okay? Do you like them with honey or with maple syrup?
Maple syrup.
For our second recipe that I'm gonna show you today, we're gonna make, let me say it slowly, I don't wanna mess it up, shakshuka. It has a very specific name, but this dish is absolutely amazing. We love this breakfast. I'm making it at least once a week. AJ is crazy for it. So for this breakfast, all we need are 4 eggs, 1 medium onion that we will dice, 2 garlic cloves, but my family loves garlic, so I added 1 large clove, cayenne pepper, a little bit of salt, we're gonna add a little bit of pepper too, and 1 red bell pepper. And to garnish, in the end, we're just gonna use whatever you have in your fridge, either parsley or dill or cilantro, whatever you have is gonna be fine. I say let's start this.
Wow, do you need those?
Oh yes, of course. And we have more ingredients here. Okay, you're gonna cut, okay? Okay, and also Also, we're gonna use tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of it, and we're gonna need diced tomato. This is a very important ingredient. Diced tomato, don't forget about it. And I only have this big, huge can of diced tomato in home, but I'm not gonna use it all because the recipe asks for less, and because I really want to give you the right measurements. What we need is a can of this size. It's 15 ounces of diced tomato, which means in grams 425 grams of diced tomatoes. Yes, these are all ingredients, hopefully. This is all I need for my shakshuka today, and we're gonna take this and we're gonna move here. And I've already added 1.5 tablespoons of oil in my pan, and now we're just gonna turn the heat on medium. And as soon as the oil is hot enough, I'm gonna start by adding the diced onion, and then we're gonna cook the onion for a little while, and then we're gonna add garlic. We're gonna cook it together, and then we're gonna add the bell pepper. It's super easy, it's super fast, and if you've been following me for a while, you already know that I am not the most happy person when I have to be in the kitchen and cook. Now this is hot enough, and I'm gonna add onion. I'm setting my timer for 2.5 minutes, and this is how long I'm gonna cook the onion, for 2.5 minutes. It's either that, or if you're in a hurry and you want to cook everything on high heat, then I would suggest you stir continuously in the onion, and the onion is done when it changes color, when it becomes translucent. Obviously I didn't stir continuously in my shakshuka because you can see some brown onion, but it's okay, I don't mind. I'm gonna add the garlic now, and I'm gonna stir it together for about a minute or less. It's important for them to cook together a little bit so they will combine the taste, and after that I will add the bell pepper. And the bell pepper, I will let it cook together with the onion and with the garlic for around 5 minutes, or until you decide that it's soft enough. Okay, now I'm gonna add the diced tomatoes. I'm not gonna use the entire can, as I told you in the beginning. I'm just gonna use the size of one regular can, and I still have left in this one. And also I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste right here. It smells absolutely delicious. I'm gonna let it cook for 5 or 7 minutes together on medium heat, and then I'm gonna add the spices. And when it comes to spices, you can add for your taste the salt and pepper, and as measurements for the cayenne pepper that I showed you in the beginning that I'm using, the recipe is asking for a half of tablespoon of cayenne pepper, but because I want AJ to enjoy this shakshuka, I already forgot how you're supposed to say it correctly, I'm only gonna use 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper because I don't want it to be too hot, and AJ, I really wanted for him to enjoy it. All I have to do left is add the spices, and I'm gonna let everything cook a little bit And at the end, I'm gonna add the eggs. Everything looks well done. I let it cook for 8 minutes, I think. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some holes. Basically, I'm gonna make room to crack the eggs in it. And because this way it will only fit 3 eggs, let me start over. I'm gonna crack the eggs. I'm gonna go here because the whites of this egg already spilled in that hole, and I don't want that. And here we go. We have 4 eggs, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cover the pot and I'm gonna let it covered to simmer together for another 10 minutes because I want to make sure that the eggs are well done and fully cooked. Okay? It smells absolutely amazing. And you know what? I'm just gonna give it a try now because my mouth is watering. AJ doesn't want to taste my food anymore because he's watching cartoons and he feels like what he's doing is more important than what I'm doing right here. But that's fine because I will never say no to 1 serving of 𝗖cie𝗺𝗲.
Yeah, you say it right.
Did I say it right? Okay, just remember 1 cup means 304 calories. And this is so delicious. And you can taste the cayenne pepper just a little bit, enough to not bother a kid if he's gonna enjoy this meal. But I wanted to tell you something, that a lot of recipes of shakshuka are saying to add some sugar, but I didn't want it to add extra calories to my meal. It has enough already. I'm not adding anytime I'm cooking it. I'm just letting the sugar out, so you will feel the tinginess of the tomatoes, which they're wonderful for me. So I really hope you're gonna enjoy it. But if you feel like it's too much for you, you know, you can always add like a half of a teaspoon of sugar. Another delicious breakfast recipe that I have ready for you guys today is a sandwich. It's a grilled cheese with roasted tomato sandwich. It's absolutely amazing, and actually the recipe will allow you to make 4 of these sandwiches. And today, right now, I'm gonna make 1 because don't want to eat all 4 of them. So I have 2 slices of bread, 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese, but mine is Monterey Jack with cheddar cheese shredded, mixed together. But if you only have cheddar cheese, that's perfectly fine. Use cheddar cheese shredded. I have 2 cloves of garlic that I've already diced here, and 9 ounces of tomatoes, of cherry tomatoes, and they're already cut in half. This means 250 grams. Also, we're gonna need salt and pepper to taste, and butter. Butter, it has to be room temperature. I'm gonna put the cherry tomatoes in a bowl. I'm gonna add the garlic here. Also, I'm gonna pour 1 tablespoon of oil in it, a little bit of pepper, and some salt. I will use half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm gonna measure it. Although I know exactly how much is it, I want to be sure that you guys are saying half a teaspoon of salt. And now we're gonna toss them together. I'm not very good at tossing, so practically what we need to do is we have to make sure that we are mixing everything really good together, but careful, we don't want to smash the cherry tomatoes. What we have to do is we're gonna put on a baking sheet all these delicious tomatoes, and we're gonna roast them. We're gonna put them in the oven at 450 degrees for 25 minutes, and when they're done, we're gonna make our sandwich. The cherry tomatoes are done, and what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take butter and I will spread the side of the bread slice Yep, I know. And very important detail, I'm gonna put the buttered side of the bread face down. You know what? I'm gonna add a lot of cheese first. Don't be shy with the cheese, okay? It's a lot of cheese because this is what is so delicious at this sandwich. And then we're gonna add the roasted tomatoes. And now I'm gonna take the other slice of bread, I'm gonna butter it up, put it on top of my sandwich with the face, the butter part up, just like this. Because I'm very proud of my basil plant that I grew myself from cuttings, we're gonna add a couple of leaves of basil. Let me just make sure I'm cleaning them, and we're gonna let them dry. And I'm gonna add them to my sandwich. It's gonna give it an amazing taste with the roasted tomatoes and with the garlic. It's just gonna be amazing. Now my pan is hot. I'm gonna let it cook for 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna let it cook for another 2 extra minutes. Our sandwich is ready. We have to cut it, and make sure that you serve this while it's still hot, because of all this cheese in it and all this awesomeness. You don't want it to, oh my goodness, look at this. You don't want it to get hard. This is a sandwich that is best served while hot. It tastes absolutely amazing. You can feel the garlic in it and the roasted cherry tomatoes with the basil. Absolutely delicious, I'm telling you. One of these goodies here has 259 calories. It's absolutely amazing. I'm doing it once every 2 weeks, and yeah, I'm gonna hurry because I don't want the cheese to get too hard. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video today. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you already know about this recipe, if you've tried them, if you have any tips, please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you what you think. Or if you haven't tried them, try them and let me know what you think about them. Again, thanks for being here with me today. Until I see you guys next time, kisses.